Sarah Jenkins had always been fascinated by the old Blackwood Manor, perched atop a hill overlooking the sleepy town of Millbrook. The decrepit Victorian mansion had stood abandoned for decades, its windows like hollow eyes staring down at the community below. As a journalist specializing in paranormal investigations, Sarah couldn't resist the allure of the local legends surrounding the place. On a crisp autumn evening, she found herself standing before the rusted iron gates of Blackwood Manor, her heart pounding with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. The sun was setting, casting long shadows across the overgrown lawn. Sarah took a deep breath, switched on her camera, and pushed open the creaking gate. The interior of the manor was a time capsule of faded grandeur. Dust-covered furniture loomed in the dim light, and the musty air felt thick in Sarah's lungs. As she moved from room to room, her flashlight beam cutting through the darkness, she couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched. In the grand ballroom, Sarah's equipment began to malfunction. Her EMF meter spiked erratically, and the temperature dropped suddenly. Then, she heard it. A faint whisper, barely audible but unmistakably there. "Help us." Sarah whirled around, her camera at the ready, but saw nothing but shadows dancing on the walls. Determined to uncover the truth behind the whispers, Sarah delved deeper into the manor. In the library, she discovered a hidden lever behind a dusty old dome. With a grinding of ancient gears, a section of the wall swung open, revealing a narrow staircase descending into darkness. Heart racing, Sarah began her descent. The air grew colder with each step, and the whispers grew louder, more insistent. At the bottom, she found herself in a circular chamber, lined with strange symbols etched into the stone walls. In the center stood a pedestal, upon which rested an ornate silver mirror. As Sarah approached, her reflection began to warp and distort, revealing glimpses of shadowy figures reaching out from within the glass. Suddenly, the chamber erupted with activity. Ghostly forms materialized around Sarah, their faces contorted in anguish. Through their whispers, she began to piece together a horrifying truth. The Blackwood family had dabbled in dark magic, trapping souls within the mirror to gain immortality. Sarah realized she had inadvertently triggered an ancient ritual by entering the chamber. The spirits were trying to break free, using her as a conduit to the world of the living. As the ghostly energy intensified, Sarah knew she had to act fast. The mirror began to crack, tendrils of darkness seeping out. She frantically searched the room for a way to stop the ritual, all while dodging the grasping hands of the spirits. In a moment of clarity, Sarah remembered an old legend about breaking curses. With no other option, she grabbed a heavy candlestick and, with all her might, smashed the mirror. A deafening shriek filled the air as the mirror shattered. A vortex of spectral energy erupted from the broken glass, swirling around the chamber. Sarah shielded her eyes, certain that this was her end. But then, silence fell. As Sarah lowered her arms, she saw the spirits of the trapped souls rising, their faces peaceful at last as they faded away. The dark energy dissipated, leaving the chamber feeling lighter, as if a great evil had been lifted. Sarah stumbled out of Blackwood Manor as the first light of dawn broke over the horizon. Her camera had captured everything, proof of the supernatural, that would shock the world. But more importantly, she had freed countless souls from their torment. As she looked back at the mansion, Sarah saw it in a new light. The windows no longer seemed to leer, and the oppressive atmosphere had lifted. Blackwood Manor stood as a testament to the dangers of unchecked ambition and the power of courage in the face of darkness. Sarah knew her life would never be the same. She had stared into the abyss of the supernatural and emerged changed. As she walked away from Blackwood Manor, she couldn't help but wonder what other dark secrets lay hidden in the world, waiting to be uncovered. The end? Or is it just the beginning?